Hello everyone, Raccoon-Formers here, and today I will be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series number 52, Deluxe Class Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1 3-pack, aka the Biker Ladies. But just so you don't get confused, I'll list them by color. Arcee is the pink one, Chromia is the blue one, and Elita 1 is the purple one. Actually, that would have made sense either way, because they are shown in front of you in that particular order, and I listed them in that particular order, so I guess it wouldn't have been confusing, but hey, I'm a nice guy, so I wanted to make sure. So, yeah. But the set as a whole is absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. I like this set, and there are some things that I do not like about this set. One of the things I hate most about this set is how tiny the figures are. They're packaged as deluxe classes, but I don't think they deserve the title. They are way too small to be deluxe classes. Here's what I mean. Here is a real deluxe class. Studio Series Cliff Jumper. See, Cliff Jumper is a lot larger. So I don't get why they called these figures deluxe classes. Like, I'm pretty sure there's actually a smaller size class than deluxe class. I'm pretty sure it's Legends class. At least that's how it is in the Titans Return toy line. Here is Legends class Sea Spray. See, that seems like the correct size, but the Biker Ladies are even smaller than him. Who knows? But anyway, actually, these three figures are packaged together. That's why I called it a 3-pack. Maybe that's why they're so tiny, so they could fit all three of the figures in one box. But honestly, I think it would have been cooler if they packaged the Biker Ladies separately, like a set that you have to complete, like the Constructicons, or the Wreckers, or the Dreads. But anyway, let's stop being Eeyore. This set is phenomenal. Now, let's take a look at each Biker Lady individually. We'll start with Arcee. So we'll set all the other Biker Ladies off to the side for the time being, and we'll take a closer look at Arcee here. One of the most famous fembots in all of Transformers. But yeah, she's probably my least favorite Biker Lady out of the bunch, for a few reasons. And it's not because of the color. I'm not a fan of pink, but this pink actually looks pretty cool. So yeah, let's take a look at some of her amazing details. Nice looking handlebars that are also decked out in pink, and same with the side view mirrors. It would have been nice if the side view mirrors were painted, or the handlebars too. The handlebars would have looked a lot nicer in silver. But yeah, nice looking seat decked out in black, engines decked out in silver, nice looking headlights decked out in silver. At least they painted the headlights, so that's pretty good. So yeah, and also she has amazing motorcycle wheels. Check out those rims. Tires, rims. Fantastic. It looks fantastic. Who wouldn't want to have a motorcycle like this in real life? But yeah, she rolls like rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. So yeah. Here's something that's really funny about Arcee's character in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. She looks nothing like how she looks in other Transformers TV shows. Shape-wise and color-wise. Like, in Revenge of the Fallen, she looks more like a pogo stick or something. But in Revenge of the Fallen, she is pink, which is nice because the figure here is pink. But in Transformers Prime, Arcee is blue, so that's a complete difference. I guess it is cool. It makes it more interesting for Transformers fans like myself. But in G1, Arcee is pink, so maybe they were trying to go back to Arcee's G1 design. But it's definitely, her shape isn't like how it was in G1. In G1, she has legs. In Revenge of the Fallen, like I said, she looks like a pogo stick. But yeah. Let's stop ragging about Arcee's character, shall we? And let's take a look at her accessories. And here they are. As you can see, she comes with two accessories. A blaster that is decked out in pink, just like she is, and a bike stand that's supposed to help her stand up in robot mode. But I'll take a closer look at the bike stand later on in the review, because I'm going to compare Arcee's bike stand with Chromia and Elita 1's bike stand. Because the bike stand for each Biker Lady is actually different from one another, so I don't want it to get confusing on what bike stand is for which figure. So I'll go over that later. Now, let's bring Arcee back on in. I don't really have any comparisons available, so we'll skip right over to the transformation. But be alert, this figure is extremely tiny, like I said, and because of that, the transformation is extremely finicky, so I highly recommend being careful. But it's doable, just not the funnest. So first up, you can detach the motorcycle top right there, which came off on its own actually, and you can untab the bike seat and bring it around. As you can see, that is extremely loose. Let me know in the comment section below how to fix it. And then you can bring the other arm around like this and open them up like wings. And then you can bring the head, the chest section or whatever you want to call it up. And then you can detach it and I think you swivel it around like so. And then you can fold the feet around, be careful with the ball joints. Since the arms are tiny, the ball joint is tiny. Check that out, look how small that is. I just really wish that they amped these figures' size meters up or something. But let's stop ragging on it and try to get this thing back on. And there we're all set. And then you can just make sure there's enough clearance, and then you can fold the wheels up and you can tab them in. That tab will slot right into that tab there, like a show. And then you can just fidget with this to get it however you choose. And I really want to fix this because this arm being so loose is incredibly annoying. Let me see. I'm sure there was a way to fix it. Actually, I think here we go. I think if you hold the arm like this and tilt it to the side a little, it stays. Not perfect. If you shake it, it will come down. But, hey, it is what it is. Come on, you, work again! We'll come back to that later. But, yeah, next you can just get this bike seat and set it, or bike front, and just set it off to the side of Arcee's head, which I don't really like. And yeah, are we done? Yes, we're done. Hey, we're done! Not quite. Here's how we deal with her gun. Now, where's Arcee? Where is that girl? Arcee, Arcee, where are you? Here I am. Oh, good. Let me just fix your bike top, Missy. And here's how it works, people. You just take the arm, rotate it up like that, and you can take the gun, make sure that the section with the lump is up, and then you can slot it in. And there you go. And there is Arcee with her gun. But before I deal with the bike stand, I need to interrupt this video for an important message. Before I show you how to deal with Arcee's bike stand, I want to explain which bike stand goes to each figure, because like I said before, each bike stand is different from one another. So here's how the bike stands work. The wide bike stand right here is for Arcee, the skinny one right here is for Chromia, and the weird looking one right here is for Elita 1. Feel free to take a screenshot of this to help you go along. So yeah, now let's bring in Arcee. Here we have Miss C, or Arcee, or whatever you want to call her. So yeah, you just take the wide bike stand like I talked about, and just sort of fit it in like a puzzle piece. See that little lump? It sort of will fit right into there. And yeah. But even with the bike stand, she doesn't stand up perfectly. Sometimes she's a little bit top heavy, so I highly recommend being careful with that. And hopefully your Arcee copy doesn't have a loose arm like mine does. Let me know in the comment section below what your quality is. So yeah, here we have Studio Series Arcee in her robot mode. Alrighty, McTidy. We'll set Arcee off to the side for the time being, and we'll take a look at Chromia. Let me just bring the light on in a little bit. Chromia here is probably my favorite bike out of the bunch for a few reasons. Her bike mode looks the coolest, and she's blue, a boy color. And she has the simplest transformation and the easiest transformation to understand. But anyways, let's take a look at some of her amazing details. She's decked out mostly in blue and has nice looking handlebars. Unlike Arcee, her handlebars are painted gray, which looks nice in my opinion. Nice looking headlights and an awesome looking motorcycle front. And she has snazzy rims, but they don't really spin all that well. They're pretty tight. Nice looking bike seat decked out in black. Engines decked out in silver. Start your engines! I'm just kidding. So, yeah. She's definitely my favorite. And she rolls like rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. So, yeah. Let's bring in her accessories. And here they are, audience. She comes with 3, as you can probably see. Hey, that rhymes. She comes with a sword bit that goes on her gun arm. She comes with some shoulder armor. And she comes with her bike stand. But I already went over her bike stand, so nothing too special. Her sword is decked out all in blue. And her shoulder armor is decked out in blue and silver. But boy, is that a lot of blue. Blue, blue, bluity blue, I love blue. Funny, right? So, yeah, let's bring Chromia back on in. Chromia in Revenge of the Fallen looks just like a pogo stick, just like how Arcee does. And like I said about Arcee, Chromia doesn't look that way in any other cartoons. I actually don't know many cartoons that Chromia is in. She's in the game Transformers Earth Wars, and I'm pretty sure she's in the Netflix series War for Cybertron, but I know for a fact that she is in Angry Birds Transformers. And she does not look like a pogo stick in Angry Birds Transformers. She looks like a normal robot, and she is played by the Angry Birds Stella. Interesting, right? So, yeah, enough about that. Like I said about Arcee, I do not have any comparisons available for Chromia here, so we'll skip right over to the transformation. How about that? So, yeah. First up, you can take this section, bring it out, or take the bike seat and bring it out. You can bring her normal looking arm, bring it out, and you can take out her pogo stick like body, fold it out, and then you can rotate it around like so. And you can rotate the wheel back like that, and it will sit along the back of her head. And you can situate the arm like this. And yeah. Are we done? Yes, we're done. No, we're not done. We have to deal with her accessories. BRB. Alrighty, friends. Here we have Chromia's accessories. But where's Chromia? Chromia, where are you? We need you now. No, that doesn't really work as well as Scooby-Doo, so let's stop that. Here is Miss Chromia. Here's how you deal with her accessories. We'll deal with her sword first. Sorry. Can't talk today. See, these 2 tabs on the back of her sword will tab right into those 2 tabs right there. You can just slot them in to place. And her shoulder armor just tabs into that bare spot on her shoulder. Like that. It doesn't really stay in all that well, and it does limit her articulation. But hey, storage is storage. Hooray for storage. Then you can take her bike stand and slide it in underneath her wheel like a puzzle piece. Here we have Studio Series Chromia in her robot mode. Alrighty, tidy. Let's take a look at the final biker lady, Elita 1. As you can see, she is decked out in purple, a pretty looking purple, and again, she has phenomenal handlebars that are actually painted, unlike Arcee. And I love her headlights. They're in the exact shape of a lightning bolt. I love that. I just love that. Nice looking bike seat, but she probably is my least favorite bike seat because, look, there's robot parts exposed here, or a joint exposed. I don't know. But, yeah. And she also has super snazzy rims. Look at those rims. Rims, snazzy. Okay, let's stop being weird, shall we? But yeah. She rolls like rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And she only comes with one accessory, and that is her bike stand. Enough said. Elita 1's character is pretty much the weirdest. Again, she looks like a pogo stick and doesn't look that way in other cartoons, but in Transformers Animated, she's yellow. And in Transformers War for Cybertron, she's red. Like, no Elita 1 models I can think of are purple, so that just seems a bit weird to me. But it works. I like Elita 1 a lot. But yeah. I don't have any comparisons, like I already said, so let's get started on Elita 1's transformation. So first up, you can bring the arms outward, and actually, this is a normal arm, and her other arm is actually the wheel. So you untab the wheel and bring that out. Weird, I know, but it works. Maybe that's why Elita 1 doesn't have any accessories. This is technically like a buzzsaw, so maybe that's her accessory, or her weapon, I don't know. So then you can untab her bike seat and shift it backwards. Then you can fold this purple bit out of the way, rotate all of this around. Actually, no, it goes this way, like this. So yeah, you just try and get everything to latch in properly, or however you say it. And then you can just rotate the entire top section around and situate all this. Situate her nice looking shoulder pad right here. Lift up her teeny little head and fold in this handlebar. Then you can fold that back up. And then you have a choice for this backpack section here. You could have it down, but that might create robot kibble, or you could fold it up, but folding it up, it takes away her pogo stick look, so I like leaving it down. So then you can take her wheel here and fold it up, which will lock everything into place. And let me just situate everything here. And yeah. Now, where's that bike stand? Where is it? Ah, wait, no, that's not it. Where is it? BRB. Good news, audience. I found Elita 1's bike stand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Want to know where it was? It was sitting right on top of my bag of spare Transformer parts right here. So I get why I wasn't able to find it, because since there were so many Transformer parts in the bag, it sort of blended in. Camouflage. So yeah, let's bring in Elita 5, or Elita 1, or Elita 2, I don't know. So here's how you can apply it. The process to apply it is actually pretty interesting. First up, you can unfold the spike. That's actually a step for the transformation, so make sure to remember that. And see that little tab on this side of our wheel, or the side of the wheel without the spike? It will tab right into that huge tab on the bike stand here. You just sort of snap it in like a puzzle piece. And yeah, there you go. Here we have Studio Series Elita 1 in her robot mode. And here we have the Transformers Studio Series number 52 Deluxe Class Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1 3-pack, all in their awesome looking robot modes. So here's how the rest of my video is going to work, beautiful people. I'm going to keep it simple. I'll just talk about each figure in the order that I did last time. So Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1. Hey, that does have a good ring to it. Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1. But that's definitely better than how they're listed on the box. Chromia, Arcee, Elita 1, that just doesn't sound good to me. Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1 sounds a lot better, but I guess they were trying to list the characters as they're shown on the box. See, Chromia's up top, Arcee's second, and Elita 1 is last. But they could have easily shown the pictures in the order of Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1. But hey, I'll stop bragging on that. Let's get back to the video. Let's begin with Arcee, like I said. Alrighty, McTidy, let's take a look at Arcee. One thing's for sure about this set, though, is these figures may be small, but they're mighty. Hasbro put so much phenomenal detail into such small figures. I just love that. I'll show you what I mean with Arcee here, starting with her head sculpt. There you go. Look at that. Pink crown, silver face, even blue eyes. I just love that. Her face looks phenomenal. And pretty. Well, I guess that's good, because she is a Fembot, a girl Transformer. So, yeah, let me just zoom on out here. And she also has a nice looking gun arm here. Check that out, boys. Pew, pew, bang, bang. Pew, pew, bang, bang. And she also has a fantastic looking normal arm. Let me just remove her blaster here. Set it off to the side. Check that out. It's nothing too special, but it is pretty good. Decked out in gray and some nice sculpted detail. We'll leave her gun off. That will just get in the way. So yeah, nice looking pink chest, wheels. Oh, get back on there, you display bass, you. Come on, come on. There you go. But one thing I don't like about this figure is the fact that her bike front just sits along her side like that. I think that was a bit lazy. It's okay, but it just doesn't look the best. They could have done a lot better. They did it a lot better with Chromia and Elita 1. Let me just bring them in here. See, Elita 1's bike front is sitting right along her back, and that looks so much nicer. Same with Chromia. Her bike front is right here. See, they did a lot better for those two figures. That's one of the reasons why Arcee here is my least favorite bike. But let's stop bragging on that. Let's get back to the good stuff. I love her pogo stick-like waist. That is so accurate to how Arcee appeared in Revenge of the Fallen. I just love it. And you can also remove her display base, and then she can roll freely along the ground. Check that out, boys. Check it out. Listen to how smooth she's rolling through the streets of Shanghai, chasing down Sideways and Demolisher, getting ready to save the day with her sisters. Oh, yeah. But yeah, let's get back on track, shall we? Let me just reapply her display base for you guys real quick. And yeah, this figure right here is a phenomenal masterpiece. I just don't really like the size. Now, let's take a look at Arcee's articulation. She doesn't have a lot of it because she is a tiny figure, but she does have a pretty good amount of it. Like her arms can rotate all the way around, nice like, bend at the elbow, swivel at the elbow, move your arms, I like to move it. I'm just kidding. Her waist can rotate all the way around, but that's mostly for transformation. Let me just get that back on there. And her wheels can move like that. And her head can look back this much and down this much and can teeter from side to side and can also rotate. And her other arm can rotate as well, but it's a bit limited because of the motorcycle front thing on her shoulder, which again, I'm not a fan of. But there's also a swivel at the elbow. It's basically the same articulation as over here. So, yeah. Let me just get this back on here. Come on, you. Come on. Come on. There we go. What do you think, Arcee? I like it. Or, I like it. Yeah. I don't have any comparisons available right now, but I do have a phenomenal comparison plan for later in the video, but I'm going to talk about that when I talk about Elita 1, which is the figure I'm going to talk about last. So make sure to keep watching until then. So since I don't have any comparisons right now, we'll skip right over to Arcee's transformation. How about that? First, you can remove her gun and her bike stand, but obviously I already removed her gun, so we can just remove her bike stand and set both of them off to the side. And you can bring her bike front or bike hood or whatever and fold it over her head like that. It doesn't stay in all that well right now, but I promise you it will turn out good at the end. So then you can rotate the entire pogo stick waist around, and you can fold this section down, which will give you clearance for you to fold the wheels out. Now she's Bike Woman. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Let's just stop right there, okay? Let's just stop. So then you can rotate her waist around again and line up everything. And this peg right here on her waist will slot right into that little tab right underneath the front of the wheel. Like you can just apply all that. Make sure it looks nice and neat like. And you can just fold everything down. How do you do this? Yeah, you rotate this around once more and line all this up like that. I'll stop talking like a cowboy. So then you can fold the bike seat into the back of the bike, and this tab on the bike seat will slot right into that tab there. And then you can just line all this up, and then you can slot it into place, and that should hold everything into place. And then you can take Arcee's real arm and it will just sit along the side. And coming up is hands down the trickiest part of the transformation, tabbing the bike front into these two spiky bits. See those two tabs right on either side? They will slot into those two tabs on either side of the bike hood. But believe me, that is not easy to do. Here's how I do it. One of these spiky bits moves and one does not, so I like holding it in on the non-moving side, like this. And then you can move the moving side, and it should line up if you have everything lined up. You know what? BRB. Alrighty, friends. Once you get the bike front tabbed into place, you'll have something that looks on the lines of this. See? Tabbed in on this side and that side. Looks pretty nice, right? And are we done? Wait, Raccoon-Formers. What about the accessories? Unfortunately, the accessories do not tab in anywhere in vehicle mode, which I guess makes sense considering this figure's size, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. So you can take these and put them into a bag. Let me get my handy dandy Transformers bag. Let me just put them in, set that off to the side, and there we go. Here we have Studio Series Arcee in her motorcycle mode. Alrighty, friends, let's take a look at Chromia. Definitely my favorite biker lady out of the bunch, but that isn't to say that she doesn't have a few flaws. Like, for example, she's extremely top-heavy, even with her bike stand, or display base. Like, if she's in the wrong angle, she'll fall over, so make sure to be alert of that. Now, let's take a look at some of her cool details, because, like I said before, she has a ton of them. Starting with her head sculpt. Her head sculpt is basically the same as Arcee's head sculpt. The only real difference is she has a blue crown while Arcee had a pink one, but it still looks pretty cool. And I'm really happy that they actually painted her blue eyes. That's proving my point. They put so much phenomenal detail into such tiny figures. I just love that. Nice looking blue chest, wheel, and I love the positioning for Chromia's bike front. I love it how it's down in her pogo stick body. Nice looking pogo stick waist, another wheel, and I love her gun arm too. It looks so menacing with the shoulder armor and the sword and all. Pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. You don't mess with Chromia Decepticons or Decepticreeps or something. You don't mess with Chromia or the Arcee sisters. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. If you want, just like Arcee, you can remove Chromia's display base and she can roll freely along the ground. Watch. Check that out. Look at that. Listen to how smoothly she rolls. She doesn't roll as well as Arcee because her wheel is a bit tight. That is unfortunate, but it's not that big a deal. Look at that. Chromia rolling through the streets of Shanghai. Yeah. Let's get the bike stand and reapply it. Making sure that she doesn't fall over. Voila. Pretty cool, right? Alrighty, audience. Let's take a look at Chromia's articulation. She doesn't have that much articulation, just like Arcee, because she is such a tiny figure, but she does have a pretty good amount of it. Like, her arm can rotate all the way around, but doing so might cause the shoulder armor to pop off, and the sword sort of limits it because it's so large, you know? Yeah. Her waist can also rotate, but it's a bit limited because of the giant gun. And her head is where the coolness all comes together. It's basically the same as Arcee's, but it still is pretty cool. Up, or back, down, teeter, totter, rotate. But her head is somewhat limited because of the giant wheel back here. But it's still pretty darn cool. There we go. I don't have any comparisons available right now, but make sure to keep watching, because I have some comparisons planned for when I talk about Elita 1. So make sure to keep watching. You will not want to miss that. So let's skip right over to Chromia's transformation. So yeah. First up, we can remove her sword, her shoulder armor, and her bike stand, and set all that off to the side. And before we start with the transformation, let's take a look at Chromia's gun without all the extra stuff on it. Looks pretty cool, but nothing too special. Pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. Okay, Chromia, let's try to keep it PG, okay? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding around with you. So, where were we? Oh yeah, the transformation. You can take the waist, fold it down, and rotate it around. Like so, and make sure to situate it all like this. And you can come down here to Chromia's little noggin, fold it up, and then you can rotate the wheel around, so that way this peg is facing up. And then you can take his normal arm and fold it inward. And then you can take his gun arm and fold it up and around, and it will tab in, revealing the bike seat. Or the gun arm is the bike seat, but so what? So yeah, you can tab all that into place, and then this tab on the wheel will tab right into that huge slot on the engine. And if everything is tabbed in correctly, it should be good. And unfortunately, Chromia's accessories do not store in vehicle mode, just like Arcee. So let's get out my handy dandy transformer bag. Let me just open her up here. Put her in. Put her in. There you go. And we can set that off to the side. Then we should be good. Here we have Studio Series Chromia in her motorcycle mode. Alrighty people, let's take a look at Elita 1. She's a good figure, but she's not my favorite figure, and she's not my least favorite figure. She's definitely the one in the middle. You know, the monkey in the middle. So yeah, let's take a look at some of her phenomenal details. Starting with her head sculpt. Check out that glorious mug of hers. It's basically the same head sculpt as Chromia and Arcee, except she has a purple crown. That's a bit strange how all the head sculpts are the same, because all three of the biker ladies are completely different molds, so that's a bit strange. I guess they are sisters, so that makes a little bit of a sense. So, yeah. And she has this awesome looking shoulder panel right here, which can also swivel, by the way. It just looks awesome. Looks awesome. But I hate this big clunky thing on the back. Oh, the display base fell off. How embarrassing. Let me just get it back down. There we go. And the spike. The spike is extremely annoying as well. And her hand looks cool, but not as cool as Arcee and Chromia's hand. But still it's pretty good. Yeah. Nice looking purple chest plate. Looking nice. And my favorite thing about Elita 1 is how the bike stand, or the bike front, sits nice and secure on her back. Unlike Arcee, who has the loose bike front. So yeah. Looks phenomenal. Come on, you. Get up there. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's better. Just like Chromia and Arcee, you can remove her bike stand, and she can roll freely along the ground. Check that out, boys. Check that out. Oh yeah, I'm Elita 1 with my buzzsaw hand, rolling through the streets of Shanghai. Okay, we get it, Elita 1. Time to wrap up the charades. Let me just get that back on for you real quick. There you go, Mrs. 1 or Miss Elita or whatever. I love humor, don't you? So yeah, people of YouTube, let's now take a look at Elita 1's articulation. And it's pretty good, I might add. Arms can rotate, bend at the elbow. Buzzsaw hand can swivel, because I guess it is the wheel, so that can swivel too, so that makes sense. And the shoulder panel can rotate. Can it rotate all the way around? No, it can't. Yeah, other arm can rotate all the way around as well. Salute. You saluted and your hand popped off. How strange. Now let me just get that back on for you real quick, Elita 1. There you go. Elita 1 here has head articulation just like her sisters, and the head articulation for Elita 1 is basically the same as her sisters. Down, back, teeter, totter, and it can somewhat rotate. It is tight, and the rotation is somewhat limited because of the stuff behind her head, but no biggie. And the waist can rotate, doing the squiggle dance. And the wheel can also move, but it's tight, so no need to show it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What do you think, Elita 1? Is it time for the surprise comparison?
It sure is, Raccoon-Formers. Let's begin. Close your eyes, people.
Thank you, Elita 1. You heard the Fembot. Close your eyes. Beautiful people, are you ready to see my surprise comparison? No peeking. 3, 2, 1, open your eyes. I'm comparing all of the biker ladies together. Check them out. These three figures scale phenomenally together. So yeah, these three figures scale phenomenally together, like I said, but here's something sad about the biker ladies. They were debuted in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, but that's the same movie where they died. All three of the biker ladies were killed, which is really sad.
Spot it, Sam.
Hey, Sam!
Ironhide! Follow us to the pillars. We'll take you to Optimus.
Out, Sam! Get to the pillars!
Let's go.
I interrupt this video for an important message. I said all of the biker ladies died in Revenge of the Fallen, but it turns out only Arcee and Elita 1 did. Because if you can see right there, that's Chromia, and she never got hit, so I guess she survived. But I don't remember seeing her in any other Transformers movies. At least I don't remember seeing her. Let me know in the comment section below if you saw her. So it's nice that one of the biker ladies survived, but it's sad being a sole survivor. Really sad. I wonder what Chromia is thinking after she lost her sisters. Probably sad thoughts, you know? Anyway, let's get back to the video. It's sad when a character gets killed in the same episode or movie that they're debuted. It's sad. It's really sad. I wish they were around longer. I wish they lasted until Dark of the Moon. Maybe even farther. Maybe until the last night. That would have been cool. But yeah, let's stop ragging on that. Michael Bay makes his movies and he chooses who dies and who doesn't. So yeah. One thing that's really cool about these three figures is the fact that the wheels are in different locations. Like for Arcee, both wheels are at the bottom. For Chromia, one wheel's at the top and one's at the bottom. And for Elita 1, one's at the bottom and one's on her hand. Or is her hand. That's pretty cool in my opinion. And I like the fact that these three figures are different from one another. It would have been really lame if these three figures were repaints of each other, so I'm happy that Hasbro decided to make the biker ladies different from one another. Aren't you? Let me know in the comment section below if you're happy how Hasbro made the biker ladies. Alrighty, McTidy. Unfortunately, the surprise comparison is over. It's time to get back to Elita 1. I hope you enjoyed my surprise comparison. Let me know in the comment section below if you did. But now that that's over with, let's start Elita 1's transformation. You can set the bike stand off to the side, and first we'll fold the head downward like this, and then you can fold the handlebar outward, And then you can fold the wheel backwards, which will loosen up the bike seat. And then you can rotate the entire assembly around. And you can fold this section down. And then you can rotate the entire top half around. A lot of arounds, am I right? Then you can fold this up and straighten out the wheel like this. That looks pretty good, don't you agree? And then you can fold this around, and this tab on the buzzsaw hand will slot right into there, and then the buzzsaw will become the wheel. I invented the wheel. But before we do that, we just need to sandwich the shoulder panel in between this annoying purple bit. And now, let's just try and tab this section in. Looks pretty darn good, am I right? So yeah, then you can bring the bike seat and you can slot it right into that little slot behind Elita 1's head. And you can just tab all this in, hoping that it works out and I didn't do the transformation wrong. Sorry, I'm a bit rusty at it. Like, let's see. Might be pretty good. Then you can take the spike and fold it inward, and then you deal with the arm. And it's actually pretty interesting how you deal with the arm. You just swivel the arm around, and it will fit right into that little cavity that's meant for the arm. Now, let's see. There you go. And can you guess what you do with Elita 1's bike stand? Nothing. It doesn't store anywhere, as usual. So you can put that in a bag. Handy dandy baggy. And here we have Studio Series Elita 1 in her motorcycle mode. And here we have the Transformers Studio Series number 52 Deluxe Class Arcee, Chromia, and Elita 1 3-pack back in their awesome looking motorcycle alt modes. Some final thoughts on the figures. They're a phenomenal set of figures. I like them, but I do have issues with them. Like, I am not a fan of how tiny they are. But like I said, I love how they put so much phenomenal detail into such tiny figures. They are small, but I love these little entries into the Studio Series line. Get it? Little entries, because the figures are tiny. That's a good one, right? But yeah, I highly recommend picking this set up. I do recommend picking this set up, but I recommend picking these figures up as collector's items, not as toys. I say that because these figures transform extremely finicky and they are extremely fragile. And if you transform them the wrong way, they might break on you. And who would want that, right? And that leads to another issue that I have with these figures being packaged together. So let's say I have the 3 figures here and Arcee decides to break. I'll obviously want to buy a new Arcee, right? Because she's one of my Transformer figures, and I like all of my Transformer figures. Am I right? But since these 3 figures are packaged together, the only way I will be able to get a new Arcee is if I get a new Chromia and Elita 1, because the 3 figures are packaged together. I guess that's not really that big a deal, because I'll get an extra Chromia and Elita 1, so I'll be prepared if they break, but it seems like it's a bit weird, buying an extra of 2 figures just to replace 1. I still think the Arcee triplets would have been better off as a set that you have to complete, like the Constructicons. But hey, it works. It works. This set is phenomenal. Before we end off today's video, I have one more cool thing I need to say about both modes of these figures. The cool thing about these figures' vehicle mode is something that you probably already saw throughout the video. But it's the fact that these figures are able to stand up on their own in bike mode. How cool is that, beautiful people? It's like they have their own built-in bike stand. They obviously don't, but Hasbro is pretty clever. Let me show you what I mean. I'll take a look at each one individually and how they stand up on their own. Here's how Arcee stands up on her own. See that little silver bit right there? It looks like that's what she leans on. See, she's leaning on it, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Here's how Chromia stands up on her own. She leans up on her elbow here. See? Nice and cool. Pretty cool, right? And finally, here's how Elita 1 stands up on her own in bike mode. she leans up against this little purple peg right down in this crotch area. See? And it works pretty nice in my opinion. Wouldn't you agree? So yeah, see how each figure stands up on their own in bike mode? I just love how unique each figure is. So maybe they don't really have built-in bike stands because, you know, bike stands look completely different, but it's like, that's what I said. They were really, really clever. They just put plastic in a certain way that allows them to stand up on their own. I just love how they did that. I just love it. But don't you see what I mean about seeing these figures standing up on their own in bike mode earlier in the video? I showed the figures in bike mode earlier in the video, which means you will have seen that they stand up on their own in bike mode because I showed them in bike mode, and that's the only way I like displaying them. See what I mean? I just wanted to give a good detailed explanation at the end of the video, so that's exactly what I did. See, I'm a nice guy. Am I right? Now, let me show you one more cool thing about these figures robot mode. The cool thing about these figures robot mode is the fact that they have the ability to combine with one another. That's cool and strange at the same time, because I do not remember the Arcee sisters ever combining with one another in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. But maybe they added that as an extra feature to, you know, spice them up and all, to make them more interesting. Either way, that is extremely cool. But heads up, I will not be showing you how to combine the figures with one another, because like I said, these figures are extremely finicky and I do not want to risk breaking them. But don't worry, I have you covered. Here's a picture of what the figures look like combined. Look pretty cool, right? Also, if you want a step-by-step tutorial on how to combine the Arcee triplets, check out another review. But I am sorry that I won't be showing the process. Please forgive me. Well friends, this pretty much wraps up this video review. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to click that big red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a future video. And I really hope you enjoyed today's video, because this video that you're watching right now has been a lot of work for me. And I am really excited to finally launch it. So it would mean the world to me if you let me know down in the comments what you thought of today's video. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. But as always, I am Raccoon-Formers, and I will catch you next time. Peace, city, peace, peace. I'm out.